Give it horns.
Don't spit on the cake, eh?
Hey, well done.
Well done.
What was your wish? Get out of
It's a
It's a
secret.
secret.
I think I know. Getting out of hospital soon.
All wish things.
Yes.
Matthew was a happy-go-lucky little boy. He reached all his normal milestones. He loved doing everything that little boys love to do. He loved camping, playing with his ball, pitching his tent in the garden, hanging out with his friends. You know, he was just full of life.
He was kind, caring. He loved life. You would never see him, I don't know, you would just never see him down, really.
Until he became a young teenager, things started to change. Suddenly he became, socially withdrawn. His schoolwork started to decline. I mean, I had calls from school to sort of go and see the principal on numerous occasions, and he wasn't interested in anything that he loved doing anymore. He was depressed. He was antisocial. We had our hands in our hair with him. I kind of thought, what is going on with Matthew? Here again, and the natural reaction for any parent is you question yourself and you think, what am I doing wrong as a parent? Or why is my child depressed? Or why is he? What's going on with his schoolwork? What is going on? We used to sit in and I was, as I said, remarried, and Cliff, my second husband, has been a real father to Matthew, and he would sit down with Matthew, and we'd sit with him and we'd say to him, you're at school anyway. Why don't you just apply yourself, Why aren't you doing your work? You are there anyway, you might as well just do your best. And Matthew would sit there and cry these big tears. And I remember thinking, maybe there's something wrong with him. I still didn't actually put anything together. There was nothing going on in my mind about Huntington's at all. I just thought maybe there was something wrong with him. Maybe he couldn't do this. Intellectually, maybe we were being too hard on him. And he was actually in grade 9 at the time. And we took him to an educational psychologist, and they did all the tests. And the test came back as pretty normal. And we still didn't know. There was no reason why he shouldn't be able to have done his schoolwork,
Because he was infected with Huntington's disease and stuff, he would never really hang out with his kind of age friends. So that's also brought us extremely close, because he always used to hang out with me, and we used to play PS2 games together, and he, one of his little dreams that he always told me was he wanted to become a professional skateboarder or something like that. And what we did was he used to do kick flips and stuff, and I used to film on his little flip-up phone. I just used to film him. And I really thought that he was gonna do really well, because I thought he was awesome at skating. Me and my friends, we used to skate with him. And one day we found a little, at the back, because we lived in a complex, right? So we found just some bricks and a piece of wood on somewhere in the corner of the complex, and we're like, okay, we can use this. So what we did was we just put bricks over there and a piece of wood like that, and then we just ramped over it with our skateboards. And I fell a few times. I was never good at skateboarding, but yeah, Matthew used to jump over and do kick flips over it, and it was really cool. And yeah, we used to just line our beds, because we were in a bunk beds. So we used to just line our beds and talk to each other almost the whole night. Just talk, and then whenever we would kind of always know when to stop talking and when to go to sleep. like, because we kind of knew when we both were getting bored, we knew each other so well. And then it happened a few times when we woke our dad up because we were just talking so much. And yeah, but yeah, it was yeah.
So we carried on, and eventually I was actually advised to go and see a psychiatrist with him. And they told me what I could have really told him. I mean, I didn't need to actually hear this from anyone, from a professional, but he said Matthew's depressed. And it's probably because he hates school, and because he's doing so badly, therefore he's depressed, and we need to put him on antidepressants. And there was my child on antidepressants, and you know, and it was at that point that we think like, I'm such a bad parent, I can't do this, you know. Until one day, I remember it was in the middle of the night, and Matthew just started shouting about things that weren't there, and things that, I got such a fright. He came into my room and he was talking about things that he was hearing and voices, and I was like, what is going on? We sat up in bed. Anyway, you know, my heart was racing, and the next morning I phoned Diane Sklar from the Department of Genetics. I said, there's something going on with Matthew. She said, Thelma, don't assume anything. Just take him to the GP, which is what we did. And that was the 8th of July 2010. I will never forget that day. Matthew was taken in for 72 hours of observation. He was admitted. Doctor said he's delusional, he's hearing voices. We need to actually admit him. He was admitted to Somerset Hospital. This would be a World Cup year. We sat in that reception waiting. Somerset Hospital had been redone with brand new TVs. I still remember thinking, at least these will distract him for a while, you know. Soccer was on. Matthew has been in hospital ever since then.
But Matthew, he was like one of my best friends, really. He was awesome, and like as soon as he had like, I don't know, it didn't really hit me when he went into hospital. It, like I couldn't understand like what was gonna come after that. I thought he was just gonna come home after a few days, and he just never did. Like when I saw him in hospital, I just knew that like he just might not come back, you know. So he was just, you know, I just see him, and then, you know, I still kind of see him in like, I don't know, it's weird, but he can't talk, he can't do much, but I can still see like through his eyes, and that he's still somehow still there. And I think about how, what I like to think about it is, he's up in heaven already, and this is just, you know, his body, you know. So yeah, that's how I like to think about it.
He just continued to decline slowly. I mean, he used to do home visits, and slowly those became more and more difficult. And as a mom and as a family, we've had to watch him slip away, just slowly, just one increment at a time, not knowing, you know, not even realizing that one day we won't hear his voice anymore, you know. And I miss his voice.
Hi. Thanks to all of you guys for coming last a long way and going out of your way to get you. And thanks for the presents again. Love you.
Yeah, love you too. Give it horns.
Don't spit on the cake.